is our first day. Here we are in Pinewood in Atlanta, and it's actually pretty unbelievable.
Day one of what promises to be a year of fun-filled lensing.
I remember actually going to see the first Avengers with one of my best mates from home, and I'd never have dreamed that I'd ever be in one of these movies, let alone playing Spider-Man. I feel like I'm on top of the world because this is just mind-blowing.
Hey everybody, James Gunn just did the best possible thing ever. He explained all the secrets of Guardians of the Galaxy 2 as well as Infinity War big crossover points, so I cut this down to like the 10-15 biggest things that he talked about. I've changed the giveaway. The Marvel giveaway is now for the Spider-Man action figures. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this video. I'll announce a new winner at the end of this. So here's that James Gunn video. I'll put it all into context at the end, especially Adam Warlock stuff.
Are you contributing to the Guardians character's involvement in the next Avengers movie? Yes, very, very, very much so. Was there ever talk of Robert Downey Jr. making a cameo as Tony Stark? No, there was not. People are asking Infinity War stories. So do we see Tony Stark getting some MP3 player to Peter Quill with 1 million songs? No. In Infinity War, no. Spoiler for Infinity War. Any possibility Robert Downey Jr. will star in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? No. Do I know who the bad guy will be in Guardians 3? Yes. How many Guardians of the Galaxy films are we expecting here? With this iteration of the Guardians of the Galaxy, there will be 3 movies. So the next movie is the final film for this iteration of the Guardians. Was Peter Ego's last child to have been delivered, or are there more out there somewhere? Well, I think that's something to think about. I also do love the character of Adam Warlock. And in my original draft of the movie, Adam Warlock was a major character. I ended up taking out Adam Warlock because there were simply too many characters. And when I added one extra major character like that, it was just too many. Yeah, I think it's also important to add that Adam Warlock will not be in Infinity Wars. That is a spoiler for Adam. You know, at the end, we are teasing Adam Warlock. He will have a future in the MCU. But will it be within Infinity War? It will not. It's not. It's just not going to be the case. They made me promise to spread the word on that when I added Adam Warlock to the end of the movie so that people aren't expecting him in Infinity War. If Marvel had full movie rights to all of its characters, specifically Galactus and Silver Surfer, would the Guardians movies have changed at all? And there's a chance that I would have done Annihilus as a villain in one of the movies. Was there ever a draft of Volume 2 where Thanos was going to appear? No. I never put Thanos in Volume 2. I think Thanos is going to get plenty of screen time in the next Avengers movie, and I didn't think that this movie was about that. I love the Stan Lee cameo. What made you think of the cameo for him? Well, I actually read, the Marvel fan sites and the Marvel message boards out there, and a lot of times people have ideas that are somewhat off base or silly or whatever. But one thing I found very funny and interesting was the fact that people thought Stan Lee is a watcher. And yes, I know, I made a mistake. So people have written and asked me, and I'll own up to my mistake, because Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 theoretically happens in 2014, which is before Infinity War. And Stan Lee in the movie says, that time I was a FedEx guy, which is what he is in Civil War. And I screwed up. I wasn't thinking. That's all that is. But I'm going to say that probably Stan Lee used the guise of a FedEx guy more than one time. When on the day with Stan, what I did was I just kept yelling out different things that he had done in the different cameos, including I was a DJ at I was a DJ at a strip club. That time I was a DJ at a strip club, which is what he was in Deadpool, which I thought would have been interesting because that would have sort of slightly linked the Fox and MCU universes. Will we see a bigger role in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 with the original group under Stakar? At the end of the movie, in one of our post-credit scenes, we see Stakar and his group of Ravagers. That group of Ravagers is a version of the original group of Guardians of the Galaxy. It's Kruger, and that's the pronunciation of that character's name, who's a sort of sorcerer. From another planet. He's a race of limbs. And Charlie 27, played by Ving Rhames, Michelle Yeoh plays Alita, who is Stakkar's wife, and Mainframe played by Miley Cyrus, who's a disembodied head, and of course Martinix played by my friend Michael Rosenbaum. People are asking me, are they going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? So I'm going to leave that to the imagination, but we'll see what happens. I'm just in the middle of writing Volume 3 right now, so who knows exactly what's going to happen. What was the decision process for choosing Stakkar, Alita, Charlie 27, Mainframe, Kruger, and Martinix as the original Guardians? It really was just, that was the only post-credit scene, I think, that was written after I had shot the rest of the movie. I shot that in post. I woke up one morning and I was thinking, oh my God, I would love to see those guys together at the end of the movie, sort of forming an even more messed up, screwy version of the Guardians, who are even less heroic than the Guardians are, and that are also even weirder. Charlie 27 is obvious. Martinix is obvious. They were two of the original Guardians of the Galaxy. Alita, I thought, was, you know, an interesting character. Mainframe is male. I thought she could be very interesting as this big, tough, you know, this robot head that could go and do on a lot of other things, and is, but it talks like you know, like Miley Cyrus. And then Kruger, I just thought, was even weirder than Rocket and Groot, and could be a really cool character.
So breaking down the important stuff, James Gunn writing Guardians 3 right now. Obviously, Adam Warlock is going to be one of the early villains for that movie. Ayesha is going to come back. The Sovereign will be big villains. He implies in a roundabout way that Peter Quill will not be coming to Earth during Avengers Infinity War, so there's been a lot of scenes they've been filming with those characters together with the Guardians and the Avengers characters. That means that'll take place in outer space, like at the promo that I played at the beginning of this. That set is Sanctuary, where we saw the Guardians during the first film. So Guardians Avengers meeting in outer space. But if you missed it, probably the biggest thing is that he said that he purposefully tried to use that Stan Lee cameo to connect the MCU with the Fox X-Men films via that Deadpool cameo that Stan Lee had. Did not make the final cut though, but let me know in the comments what's your favorite thing that he revealed about the movies in Infinity War. I've got some new Spider-Man Homecoming I'm going to try and post on Monday. But congratulations to Dave Slattery, you're the latest giveaway winner. Please private message me on the back end of my channel so I can get your contact details. While you wait for everything, you can click here for all my Guardians videos, including more post credits, and you can click here for brand new Rick and Morty. Thank you so much for watching. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.